Today is a big day, Rainier. We are just wrapping up our weekly business meeting. Man, this like change in temperature is kind of like kicking my ass. It's like cold, I didn't want to get out of bed. It's hard to wake up, I don't feel as productive, I'm not as motivated. But I felt like we hammered out some real life stuff.
Yeah.
We started to notice that our evening schedules are kind of slipping because things felt like a little too regimented, so we kind of like relaxed.
And then we really relaxed.
And then we really relaxed, and then
now we're just
watch YouTube.
Vegging out at night.
The only thing worse than scheduling something for me is actually not scheduling something. Because it's like, it's hard either way, but I guess I'd rather have something to show for it when it's said and done. And I feel like now our evenings are just like slipping away into the vapor, and they're just like gone, and I don't feel super rested or happy or satisfied afterwards. And the other way, like scheduling things is hard, but I feel like it's building towards something that we want.
Yeah.
So we scheduled some evenings back. We also set an iPod schedule for the kids with like some new rules, because what happens is we set these rules and then we like forget and they forget, and then it's just like the Wild West, and they're just like using all the time, and we're like, hey, are you supposed to be using that? And they're like, I don't know, I thought da-da-da, and we're like, okay, well. So our iPod rules are for the younger kids are 3 to 4 p.m. They can use it for whatever's on it. That's it.
I'm gonna post the rules
so no one forgets. And then it's like, if you break the rule, you're off it for 3 days.
Ben is gonna start on his book again, and we scheduled when to do that, and he thinks he can do that from home now, which I'm excited about, because I didn't really like, I supported it, but I didn't really like him having to leave on his writing retreats, so hopefully this will work.
Alright, let's go.
It's weird that I have my down on right now. I could probably get by without it, but I hate being cold.
Today is a big day, Rainier. Look. Time for Dada to put on his slippers. For the first time of the season. No, these are mine, sorry. Don't get too attached to the weather. It'll break your heart.
Look what came. Oh my gosh! How cute are these? This is the first pair of shoes that we've bought for Rainier. All right, we're trying on the new shoes for the first time. These are your new shoes, bud. You like them? Other one. Can you walk in your new shoes?
Oh, look at that! You walking?
We're building a runway sort of thing for the bunnies so that they can get out of their cages.
Okay, because the weather's nice and because I want to get through Tattoo Tuesdays, and we only have 2 left, and because it's Tuesday, it's time for Tattoo Tuesday.
How are you? How are you?
Today's tattoo are these wings under each of my arms. They're kind of fun because if I like move my arms, it looks like I'm flying. I got these in 2013. And I got them here in Cincinnati. The symbolism for me is over the Ark of the Covenant. There's those wings. Do you remember from I think it's the cherubim. I think it's the cherubim, not the seraphim. The wings like protected the word of God that was inside of the ark. And around this time, I was really struck by how personal God is and that God speaks to us. Now for me, I've never heard like legible words in my head or out loud or anything like that. But I do believe that God cares about us and cares enough about who we are as individuals that he does speak to us in ways that only we can understand. And I think that's evidenced in the world around us. But I wanted to get these kind of on the outside of me facing forward the way it would have been on the ark to remind myself that God's words are inside of me and that he speaks to me and that he cares about me and that I can hear him. I think that's a really cool thing. One fun story of how I paid for it was I actually bartered or traded with my tattoo artist. I gave him business coaching lessons, and in exchange, he gave me hours towards this tattoo, so I didn't pay for it at all with cash. So I'm really happy with it. I like it. It was Brian, the same guy that did my last tattoo. Now it's time to go for a run. Feeling pretty good today.
Yeah, I feel pretty strong, which is kind of cool.
Okay, so you don't trip on anything.
We're running 6 miles today. We're almost home. We're on our street. It's really hard. I'm feeling tired. We're almost home. We're 3 houses away. I was just filming it all day.
That felt good. I'm glad to be done though. We are heading out. No. We are heading over to Ben's parents for dinner. Thank you. That right there is chicken pot pie.
Dinner was awesome, and I'm actually restarting my Tuesday night wings, bourbon, and cigar thing with the guys. So tonight's like our first official night back after it being a thing. Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
Last week, me and the girls were watching a show called 13 Reasons Why. And in this show, there was this scenario where a guy grabbed a girl's butt and she definitely didn't want him to. My first reaction was to tell my girls, if a guy ever does that, you punch him in the fucking face. But I didn't say it. And I had a conversation the next day with Ben and I shared that and he said, oh, why didn't you say it? And so I had to think about that. Why didn't I say it? I think I didn't say it because of my own background. I didn't trust my intuition. And now I wish that I had said it. Tonight we had a conversation with all of the kids about this. I had an opportunity to share what I wish I shared last week. And then we just went into why that is so important to stand up for yourself. I grew up in like a more of a Christian, conservative, religious culture that valued going with the flow, valued being nice. To make a scene would be the worst thing for me. I think that's even why I didn't share this with the girls on the spot. I questioned myself, and I thought, oh, that's not being a nice Christian girl to say that thing to my girls. And what we talked about with the kids was valuing your voice. Your voice matters, and you actually get to decide how someone touches you, if they touch you. It came up even in a marriage, you get to decide this. Just because you're married doesn't mean anything goes at that point. And I feel really good about talking to the kids about that. I mean, this is something that I wish that I had learned as a young girl. I talked about that it's extremely damaging to let yourself be violated. And this can be physical violation, but it could also be emotional violation. And I actually think those are the harder things to even stand up to, is stuff that doesn't seem like, well, it's not that big of a deal. But wanting to teach our kids that actually what you want and what you don't want really matters, and we really want you to be able to speak up for yourself. Got to admit, I'm a little bit envious of Ben being able to smoke cigars tonight, but I do enjoy and value my time with the girls. And we're gonna watch some more 13 Reasons Why.
This may be the freshest you've ever had.
No, I just like. I think it's my Enneagram.
I mean, it depends on the time of year.
Being the enthusiast.
But if the windows are closed, because it like takes.